I noticed that his left leg was not moving. It was kind of discolored. Told the doctor on staff. We got some x-rays. We determined that he had a fracture to his leg, so we are going to splint it for the next 2 weeks. Then she was like, do you want to hold him?
Dominic and his wife said no.
In my mind, because I'm like, I don't want them to say that, turn it around on us and say that we broke his leg or anything like that. So I was like, no, we don't want to hold him. We're just gonna kind of process this.
This picture Dominic took of Noah's x-ray shows the fracture.
They said it was the tibia that was fractured. And so that little piece there is what the fracture was.
Dominic then told his mother, a nurse, about the fracture.
She's like, that's not right. I've worked in, like I said, multiple NICUs, and there's never, ever, ever been a fracture.
Dominic says she immediately contacted Child Protective Services to report the injury. Meanwhile, Dominic says hospital leadership seemed to suggest the injury was accidental.
That's what they told us.
What did they say?
That it could have been done because an injection was given and maybe they did it too hard and that caused the fracture.
By January, Henrico police and a prosecutor had reached out to the couple as part of their investigation. And in September, they received this letter from Henrico's Department of Social Services.
Following a thorough Child Protective Services investigation, this agency has determined the disposition of this report to be founded level 1 for physical abuse of Noah by an employee of the Henrico Doctors Hospital NICU.
Level 1 is the most serious level of child abuse or neglect in Virginia.
It was intentional, it was child abuse, it was the most severe level that it can be, and that kind of like definitely opened our eyes to it, because nobody had ever said that before. Nobody had ever said, this is child abuse, this was intentional. When you find out you have kids, you do everything to protect them. You kind of vow that, especially as a father and my son, I vow to protect them and do everything, and I'm helpless.
Dominic says it wasn't until October of this year that police told them other NICU babies experienced similar injuries around the same time. But they said they couldn't figure out who hurt the babies. They basically said, like, we couldn't find evidence of who did this?
Correct. Correct.
How did that feel?
Angry. It's my baby boy. and I feel like I've done nothing to protect him, and that hurts. And it's pissed me off.
Still, Dominic and his wife were so busy caring for the twins that they accepted those findings and the hospital's word that they had instituted preventative measures like cameras in the NICU and more training to ensure this never happened again. That is until Thursday, when a friend sent them our story about Henrico Doctors Hospital pausing admissions to the NICU after 3 more babies were found with unexplainable fractures in late November and December of this year.
We couldn't believe it. Instant anger, instant tears, because it's not supposed to happen again. It wasn't supposed to happen in the first place.
We will leave no stone unturned.
Henrico County's top prosecutor letting reporters know her office will continue to work very aggressively into the investigation into Henrico Doctors Hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. In less than 2 weeks, 1 woman has been charged and arrested, 26-year-old Erin Elizabeth Ann Strotman of Chesterfield County, who was denied bond by a judge Friday afternoon.
While there has been an arrest for 1 person for allegedly inflicting injury on a single victim, I would emphasize this is an ongoing investigation spanning potential offenses committed in both 2023 and 2024.
The ongoing investigation centered around 7 babies in total. The hospital alerting the community online that 4 babies had, quote, unexplainable fractures in 2024, similar to an incident in 2023. Strotman now facing charges for 1 child out of the 7.
We will continue to work on building cases if there is evidence present to build other cases to find if there's additional criminal culpability.
Strotman was put on paid administrative leave by the hospital for a year after the 2023 cases of NICU abuse came to light, and then was allowed to return in late 2024. Hackey saying the hospital should be held accountable as well.
It makes me sick. It truly makes me sick.
Dominique Hackey is one of the 3 families who showed up to court for 3 children involved in the entire investigation. Taylor confirmed Stratman is currently being charged in connection to a child whose family was not in court. Still, Hackey says he had to show up.
Justice for my son. Justice for the other families that were affected, the other people's boys that were affected. Somebody needs to be held accountable, and it looks like that day is here.
8 News learned from 2 other families who wanted to remain anonymous that one of their twins who was being cared for in the NICU passed away. Another said her son suffered 12 fractures.
Just because someone has an honorable title, it doesn't make them an honorable person. Welcome back to my channel. I am Eloho, and I had to bring this story to my channel. I don't see nearly enough media coverage talking about Erin Elizabeth Stratman. Erin Elizabeth Stratman is this witch that you see on the screen who became a NICU nurse just to have access to the vulnerable of vulnerables, newborn babies. Erin Elizabeth Stratman took her evil ass to work every single day in 2023 and 2024 just to seek out babies who she can harm. And if it weren't for one of the victims calling the police, Erin Elizabeth Stratman would still be harming babies to this very day because the hospital who put her on paid suspension hired her back, called her back to work. And she continued to harm NICU babies. Shut that whole entire hospital down. Who put her on suspension? What grounds was she suspended for? And on what grounds was she reinstated back to work? I don't believe she acted alone. I don't believe the hospital didn't know. I believe there's a lot of obviously white privilege here. And as some people online have made mention before, a lot of these newer nurses, not all, because some of the newer nurses are phenomenal. Shout out to the amazing nurses out there. So this is not against you all, but a lot of these newer nurses are different. They're not becoming nurses to nurse people back to health. They're becoming nurses for selfish reasons. They're becoming nurses for vain reasons. And if you're going to be the type of person that works specifically with children, there needs to be more security. We can't just trust a person because they went and got a degree and got a title. That's not enough. An honorable title doesn't make you an honorable person. It's really interesting that you don't see a lot of information online about Erin Elizabeth Stratman. Erin Elizabeth Stratman has 2 pictures online, no social media, no Wikipedia, no information about where she went to school, what's her background, who is her family, where is she from, where she studied. There's literally no information about Erin Elizabeth Stratman online. I find that interesting as well. I'm looking forward to seeing this investigation and this prosecution to the end, so I will keep you guys updated. I really do hope the other families come out and speak out, even if they speak out anonymously, because it will help this case to put this lady under the jail. And you know what? For every bone that she broke, break her bones. Let's let her see how it feels when bones are broken. Don't put no cast on her bones. Don't splint her bones. Don't give her no aid or no medical help. Let her bones fuse back together on its own while she rots under the jail. Throw her white, ashy, broken bones under the jail. Because no. And then go rot in hell. Because no. Absolutely not. Monsters walk among us. Like, monsters work in the medical field, and it's so scary because you want to trust these people. These are the experts, you want to trust these people, and it makes the good nurses and the good physicians and the good people in healthcare. It makes people even suspicious and skeptical of them, right? And it makes it harder for people to trust them. Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. This was a really sad story. Sorry to start off the year this way, but I have to throw this into the atmosphere. We need more coverage. We need more coverage on Erin Elizabeth Stratman. We need more answers from the staff at the hospital, and we need justice to be served. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. Do you think this was racially targeted? I did see some headlines that said that she was targeting Black babies, but that hasn't been denied or confirmed, as only one family has come out to speak out about this thus far. Y'all let me know your thoughts, and let's keep this conversation going. Let's hold these babies up in prayer, and I'll keep you guys updated on this case. See you at the next one. Later.